round of Inferno between NIP and G2.
It all comes down to the start. Being able to get off to some good territory on this CT side and defensively playing out this A site. 3 players here. Rez trying to get into the graveyard. ESL here in the info at long.
Smokes down, taps forward for ESL. Let's get away with a decent kill on towards Nico. That's a decent opening, but unable to find anything more here. The taps on from Jax. We'll spot out Rez as Fuzi gets his trades in, but Jax doubles up and breaks open the A site. There's a player out towards Pit that will try and hold on. Fuzi will be able to trade. Modesty as Jax will end up falling, and Alexi is alone towards clutching. He'll tap on to the player at mini Pit, but Plopsky is going to overwhelm him with the pistol wrap. First boost down, the first cubby. Waiting for G2 to go around the corner and try commit to this. The third player's on the way in. Hampers with the M4 suppressed behind the smoke over at CT. Plopsky's going to burn. ESL is going to let him burn down as well. Try hold the bait and switch. Look for Alexi B getting all important kill as a player that's already in the site though. Jax the Eagle can trade the man. So a 4 versus 3. Firing through the smoke. Hampers charges forward but doesn't get the kill shot on Munacy. A single point of damage done but eventually gets him through the smoke.
Not a lot of util for NIP to work with. Flash over the top. Hampers is looking for another pick to come through from the coffin's angle.
He sprays manically against Nico. Eventually we'll find that kill. Fuzi actually steals it away from the CT cross. That smoke is finally cleared. And now Hunter and Jax stand alone. One player at the Shire, one player at Dark. Dark has been tagged to 60 HP. One smoke down in from this banana control. And Hunter will strike back on the first player. Hampers and Fuzi working in, and Hunter makes it a double. On for the triple. 45 seconds remaining. Utility thrown over with the flashbangs turned away from by Rez. Shot from Alexi B does come up with a kill alongside Jax. ESL with a decent responsive on Hunter with a 2-for-1 trade. And no more coming out from the Deagle itself.
This sort of round. And it's got to be the Hunter or Jax to create space, to find impact on the bomb side. Starting to put some of that util down towards Moto, and Long is indicating presence towards A. Instead, it's a fake, and they want to try and bring the troops into B.
50 seconds, and Jax will try to lead the charge. You see the comms coming in from those guys. Preparing for an execution, whatever they can muster here. Smokes down from Spray. Plopsky not quite that fantastic. The AK breath attack though, good for 2, not quite for 3. Fuzi's at least able to trade Hunter through the smoke, and Nico will just sneak the bomb plant in here with a 1v4 and 3 points of HP. He won't last long.
That time around, Nico just aggresses through the molly and plays close up towards the half-wall, catching Plopsky completely off guard.
Walk forward with Fuzi and the Molotov in. Great shot as well for the man. Not quite a connection to the second. The leg shot will come down. ESL will lead in against Nico instead. Not capitalizing on the easy kill and overextending to lose his own life. A 4v2 now.
Yeah, that's unfortunate, because that would have been commed over. He's low, swing for the pick to bring it back into the 3v3. What they don't know is the AWP is posted, and also, they don't know the Hampers is here.
Spray through, catches one, swing on a second, and everything gets Hunter to return. Rez with a decent tap to the head, and the bomb being dropped in his presence. A 1v1. Alexi on 16 points of HP has got to play the patient game. Rez adjusting to Pit over at the broken wall. Eyes set to the site, trying to look in from short. 20 to the clock. And the lean in, going to spot Alexi, take the kill shot. He tips the favor of NIP, but only for a brief moment. Hunter again able to respond and draw all attention in towards the A site. They can't get the bomb out this corner though. Munacy has got to stand and fight, and he only goes so far with it again. Plopsky and Rez trading him, and Hunter and Nico alone to clutch. At least finds that first, but now Molotovs and Patternness coming in from NIP will try lock down the round from here.
Nico trying to come into his own, 1v2, separate the CTs, try and deal with his MP9 first. Knows that he's around second mid somewhere, but even for Plopsky, he's just further backing off and getting further away from the action.
Rotations in from Nico, will try press into the apartments, might counter flank on Plopsky. He's going to rejoin his teammate. They're not watching that bomb directly, I don't think. They'll start to peek in and realize it's still there. It's a case of checking that backline position. I think he just evaded that Voiler player. They might think Apps is completely clear. How much noise does Nico make here? 20 seconds. He might have to make quite a fair amount of it. Being silent. Oh, he's made noise now. That's it. Round's done. Swing on Rez. Headshot to connect. Almost half. Counter nades will try come in, and Nico and Alexi will take some damage for it. Down to 27 again for Alexi. Nade to his position. Doesn't quite land the kill shot. Plopsky will try and look for it regardless. Aggressive ahead of the smoke. Spots Nico. Sprays. Transfers to Munacy blind and almost gets him the same.
Yeah, Plopsky even thinking about a reface, trying to hug that wall, get over towards the corner of the smoke and fight again.
He will get Alexi for his trouble. The incendiary is forcing him to back out of Banana. Had he stuck around, he would have been a dead man. And even Jax tanking some damage as well. It's all going up right here for NIP.
You'd have to think, for G2's standpoint, taking Banana without losing casualties is a difficult factor for them right now. Molly goes out towards the sandbags, try and draw some of those positions out to the open. Jax really decimating to try and get a fight forward, deals with S-Tag. Plopsky's fallen back low on HP, but has still been alive.
Needs that backup to come in though. Fuzi with a lack of firepower. Jackson the numbers on HP line. Plopsky and Neo's footstep free. Fire it. Bring on Monacy. Make it a quadra. Try and get his own ace here in this matchup. But it's Fuzi to seal it away instead for Mars.
This AWP from Fuzi playing up on the short side.
Looks down. Suppress one individual. The AWP of Fuzi will get flashed off. Instead it's Rez to line up those 2 kills on Jackson. Alexi try to look for the triple. That's what he gets, even the quadra against Monacy. And the whole round falls down for G2. Nico in a 1v4, and they're hunting for the kill as well.
We're getting glimpses out of what these individuals can post up. Plopsky in that last round with 4, now Rez with 4 himself. NIP, players are stepping up for them.
You know, wonderful stuff. Looking for this CT half victory. You mentioned how important it would be for them.
Jump to try and pull Hampus into the open to allow that boost up into sandbags to work out successfully. You're right about the splitness. This is trying to maybe characterize an A-set play to over-rotate one of the B players away.
Depends if they want to bite the bait. Incendiaries come down. There will be a rotation back, so it rests mostly on S-Tag to try and hold defense. That bomb will get picked up. Hunter is lurking in from long, but as he gets picked up by Fuzi, that should call in the info. Is the rotation going to be quick enough back here for NIP? 20 seconds. Alexi spotted by S-Tag, gets his kill, and now they will get that second player in with an Incendiary down at the right moment. Hampus will fall. Time still ticking. Now S-Tag got to look up high towards that boost. Nico can overwhelm. A 2v2. The bomb's getting planted. The retake is on for NIP, or is it? Big gap. Shot doesn't connect. Monacy trades it, and now it's Rez to clutch.
Now everything coming together. We've seen what Riz has been able to do only a few rounds ago. Now he's got to step up again. He's got a kit to work with, so the time's a factor.
It begins slowly. Monacy's back turned, but covered off by the coffins. Nico out towards the new box, and Monacy spots his man. Rez tanking the damage, looking for the headshot desperately, but Monacy says, no, I want a double kill. M4 just waits for it. Anyone extends out to apartments, that's his prey. There's no one on the A site directly here. He could find the flank angle, but Nico's caught him instead. Headshot gain, Fuzi. No angle to fire back. 3 of the archers hold on to his M4, fall back into the B site. All 3 players calling in the save. E2 players. Hunter just lurking out this position. That bomb is considering a rotate here. It depends how well this duel goes. If they get S-Tag, they storm the B site. And Alexi and Nico will peek together. Will they line up for the M4? Is his placement correct? Is there any flash to support it? Gun barrel seen. That's a bait and switch. Wonderfully done. Wonderfully called. Then that should be round. Even that, well, his questions applied. Incendiaries out. Molotov's down. Plopsky just jump facing to look for contact. Won't be able to see anything. It's G2 that gained banana control.
And Nico getting flashed over, pressure building. They might try and refight this. Plopsky over aggressive, gets dealt with by Nico. And now for S-Tag, he's got to buy some time to allow that rotation from Fuzi.
Yeah, evaded the flash entirely, was not blind. The kill comes in easy. He follows up through the smoke on S-Tag and all. Step the CT cross down the Orpa of Fuzi with everything to do. G2 is storming his B site. Nico's leading the charge. Finally, a decent shot comes back as he leans further forward. Hampus will fall towards the A site. Alexi cleans up the Orpa, and the M4 is in a 1v4, which he just cannot win. Jax to close it out. 8-7 at the turn of the half.
Third game that we saw against Mouse Sports. A good T side there, but in the last head-to-head against G2, 5 T rounds was all that we saw by NIP. So it starts with a pistol, and it starts with the bait and switch. Nico trying to draw the attention away from Monacy.
We tried this in the previous half there in that last round. NIP pulled the bait and switch, G2 pulled the bait and switch against NIP when they were on the T side. Harvey's Hunter that kicks things off out on the other side of the map. Monacy at least one decent kill. Alexi falls back into the back of B. This is a 3v3 for the time being. He stands alone, but Jax is coming in for the backstab. That bomb's going to try and commit. Alexi, what can he do from this position? It's finding an engagement for Jax to land another great headshot for him in the pistol basis. Plopsky also falls, and it's Fuzi. Now he's the man alone. A 1 versus 3 scenario with the bomb being dropped in the back lines of that B side, and surely the next peak will be his last.
Simplicity done right there for G2 again. The way that they contact off one another towards the top of Banana, and once they've got that mid-aggression, Alexi's just not peeking. Knows he has to stay alive out from the new box because Jax has got the wrap, and Fuzi's now the last one that gets peeked. Post.
Rotations are considered here by the NIP side. Utility being set up. That bomb is currently up top mid. Hunter waiting, flash forward, Alexi caught off by Plopsky, so 4 versus 4. Nico behind the sandbags will not spot anybody else. They rotate for the A hit, it seems.
Even though that pick comes through as a response, it doesn't break away the setup. 3 players up onto A, and NIP are running into the trap.
Smoke ahead of Hunter. I don't even think it landed, actually. He gets away with a kill on towards Rez, face on the second man, and drops in the same. Fuzi needs to double up, and he only gets 1 frag. Essa tag now, the bomb being dropped in over at Brackets. Not aware of the player off, but Keo gets Jax at the very least.
He'd love to be able to deal with Monacy getting back into the side.
Rotation, bit of a crack angle held by that rifle win. Apps, he's spotted. He doesn't get away with a decent tag on Hunter. Honestly, forced to adjust himself temporarily. Could have been a chance of action for NIP had they had full Brackets control, but they didn't. That one will get picked up, and the 2 CTs up at Banana will start the rotations. Essa tag caught in the shoulder. Monacy somehow stays alive against Plopsky. Can't hit that second shot and won't get a chance at the third. A trade finally found at a 4 versus 4, and they have their heart set towards the A site as they continue to push in. Jax backed up over at the pit position. The smoke goes down, the engagement comes in, the damage has been done as well. Meanwhile, Hunter on the site holds on to a kill. Jax makes it a double, and Red's now spotted out with the AWP, a 1v4 clutch. Gets that first pick, can't see that second player, knows he's somewhere on the site, but where is the big question? He can't find the angle, and he most certainly won't find the kill. Hunter.
You're at that situation now where it's last chance saloon is getting ever so close to it. Hunter, look at the aggression. Down from mid, Rez has got no idea. The M4's going to be able to strike, and he's even got a teammate of Monacy to peek with him.
Leg shot on Plopsky, caught off guard, jumping in the middle of the air. Jax at least makes a mistake against Essa tag, but Monacy able to close out against Plopsky. He's aware that Essa tag pressing forward. Hunter doing the exact same thing on the other side of the map. Ahead of Banana through the smokes. Fuzi caught Monacy, lightning fast reactions. Doesn't get the kill towards it. Will still look up towards top mid and connect that shot on Hampus instead. It's a lockdown round for G2 as Essa tag stands in the clutch, and surely he doesn't win this.
Players everywhere coming in from spawn, bottom of Banana, out into the apartments. Esatag is just hoping that he can isolate some of these individual duels. Alexi playing out from library catches him off, and
again, a statement to make for this team. It might not be in the playoffs, but they're proving that they are of that caliber. Monacy has started off against Fuzi. Frag. Rez will try and act out towards Banana, try and gain control of this part of the map.
You could just see in the second half how many opening man advantages G2 are finding. And Monacy in particular, always aggressing down into a Brackets peak. HE stack out towards a Banana position. Not going to do a massive amount of damage, but it's chunks. It's all about adding the numbers up.
The pressure will continue. G2 want to try and waste as much time against NIP, because again, they just take all the advantages. Rez on the sandbags boost, can't see above the smoke, needs a teammate for that. Slight gap there for Alexi to work with. The jump face has now spotted him, and Rez backs off.
Put that incendiary down, slow the play. Rotations are going to be slow. It's all going to come down to the anchors.
They smoke it off. Alexi in a first cubby, checked upon by the boost spot angle, and indeed Plopsky gets a double up. Nice and effective. He takes a ton of damage on Rez and Hampus. A nade back could take one of these players down. Onto Coffin, the second attack that evades most of it. The spray through to Plopsky will not take the bomb carrier out of play, so it goes down successfully. And I think G2 want to save their weapons here.
CT's here for G2, starting to bring more mass players over to the A side when it comes to the initial side defensive. And for NIP, even taking some of this Banana control, they have to deal with the AWP.
Oh, what a shot for Monacy. So well timed against Rez, full blinded, still found the kill. It's 1 out of 4 required. Nico is going to get a second. Trades in for Plopsky and Essa tag, but Alexi B gets involved in the mix. So a 3-on-2 for G2. That bomb still needs to get picked up back at T-stairs. And Monacy could cut off the carrier here. Looks onto the man, just back and forth and doubles up. That could be match winning. Essa tag now on for the clutch. Try flash his way back into Banana. A second flash. Monacy is caught blinded and will miss the shot this time. A re-smoke goes down. Essa tag ready for the swing. Spray blinded. Knife pulled out. Monacy at point blank. Missing his shots all the same. And somehow Essa tag escapes with the kill and should get the bomb down. He's up against 2.
Now Hunter and Jackson come quickly out from that Banana position. Hearing that bomb go down, Essa tag's got to fight.
Didn't spot the man. Coffins will wait. Jack's ready with util. Hunter spotted now. Engagement. ESL isolating these fights. 3 kills to his name. Needs to win the quadra to try and hold this together. Try and keep NIP alive. He's playing behind the smoke and Jax has no idea. Taps it and ESL just sprays. Lands pretty close to center of mass. And Plopsky tanks the damage. The Orb for Monacy ready for the shot and he doesn't miss.
You've just... what else can you do there? You're trying to jiggle peek. You're trying to get a flash over the top. Monacy... another great impact frag by him, and even for Hunter with that flash over the top, he doesn't continue peeking, but realizes that the T's are falling back from that car area.
Bomb will get recovered by Plopsky. The other two starting to peek in towards long. Monacy's back to receive them. Misses that shot. Gets away with the nade. They look down through the smokes, blind firing, hoping he can catch ESL in the cubby corner. The flash goes over, he turns away from it, he connects that next shot. 2 to his name, 2 more to go. Jackson turn around, flanks involved. Plopsky comes up with his own counter flank, needs to get that bomb down here. Up against 2, can he clutch this time? Hunter, quick to the side, round to the corner. He's in the air, he's trying to force him out. The spray's not good enough. And G2 will close it. A 16-10 on map 2, a 2-0 series victory that stuns NIP. They will remain in the top start of the group, but that is a statement to send for G2.
Yeah, it absolutely is. What a much better performance coming through from G2, but it was from the outset alone on their opposition's map pick of Vertigo to start it off, and then on their home turf on Inferno, we saw positive signs all around by the internationals.
Well, it came in a little bit too late, and it's a shame they didn't replicate that against some of the other squads in this group stage, but it just goes to show that when this team are together, they are playing like world-class individuals and playing like a world-class squad in general here.